Recently, as Hyundai was announcing its plan to introduce 17 EV models and sell 1.87 million units of EVs by 2030, in its efforts to achieve full carbon neutrality by the year 2045, at its Investor Day presentation, its sister company Kia was stirring up an even bigger storm at its own event. While Hyundai's plan includes only 11 models, excluding Genesis-branded products, Kia's plan includes 14 EV models of its own. Kia's lineup is not only bigger but more robust too, as it includes two new pickup trucks that seem to be getting all the attention these days with the introduction of such popular products as the Ford F-150 Lightning. In this episode, we will explore what Kia has in store for its EV future with a focus on SUVs and the first ever electric pickup truck from Korea. So, before we go on, we'd highly appreciate your support by subscribing and turning on the notification bell, if you haven't already. And please don't forget to like, comment, and vote on the question that's presented at the end of the video. Various issues were discussed at Kia's Investor Day presentation, including its plan to launch its new PBV or purpose-built vehicles for the business-to-business sector, that includes the new Niro Plus model, which is based on the outgoing Niro EV but is redesigned with a higher roof to offer more passenger and cargo space, as well as larger windows for passenger comfort, to be used as taxis in Korea, and ride-hailing service vehicles elsewhere in the world. As it's based on the proven Kia Niro EV, which is one of the best-selling EVs in the world, especially in Europe, it's expected to be reliable and cheaper compared to the all-new Niro EV, coming in the summer of 2022. As far as the electric passenger car plan is concerned, the key message was that it would introduce no less than 14 electric cars by the year 2027, which is 3 more than the target announced last year for 11 models by 2026. Kia is to accomplish this by adding at least 2 new models each year until 2027. Also, Kia now plans to sell 1.2 million units of electric cars annually, out of 4 million units of all types of cars sold by the year 2030. The newly set EV sales figure represents an increase of 36% over the target set last year, which was 877,000 units by the same period. Other projections that Kia made included making OTA a standard feature on all of its vehicles by the year 2025, and self-driving autonomy of at least level 3 hands-free driving capability in every vehicle by 2026. But there will be a new Kia EV that will receive both the full OTA and the level 3 hands-free driving feature as soon as next year. The highlight of Kia's Investor Day 2022 was definitely the announcement of the much talked about EV9's planned production start date of 2023, Kia's first proper electric SUV, and the second electric car model of the EV series of dedicated electric cars, will carry on with the EV9 moniker from the concept of the same name that was introduced in 2021. As well, it appears that all of the base design and the overall dimensions of the concept will be kept intact for production. This includes the dimension that's approximately the same as the current Telluride SUV, to measure 194 inches or 4,928 mm in length, 81 inches or 2,057 mm in width, and 70 inches or 1,778 mm in height. Also, as an EGMP skateboard-type EV platform-based product, it is to have an ultra-long wheelbase of 122 inches or 3,100 mm, which is actually longer than that of the Cadillac Escalade's 121 inches or 3,071 mm, despite the fact that the Cadillac is much bigger SUV. This will afford the Telluride-sized EV9 with a much bigger passenger room inside, allowing for various seating configurations depending on the usage, as suggested with the concept. Exact details on the power plant were not revealed, but it was stated that it would achieve 0 to 100 km in 5 seconds, which would suggest that for a vehicle of such size, it would be equipped with at least 400 horsepower power electric system, which would be far more powerful than the highest powered standard EV6 at 321 horsepower. It's most likely that it would be offering the Genesis GV60 derived 429 horsepower dual motor all-wheel drive system, with 479 pound-feet or 650 Nm of torque for exhilarating performance, never seen in Korean large SUVs until now. As for the styling, the tough and rugged design of the concept will be kept intact for the production as well. It's known that the EV9 styling is actually inspired by Kia's flagship SUV Mohave or Borrego, as it was known in the US before its discontinuation. Mohave is Kia's only body-on-frame true truck-based SUV, and offers top luxury and performance on and off the road. This is why it's no surprise that the EV9 will essentially be the replacement for the Mohave, which was first introduced in 2008 and has been enjoying cult following in Korea ever since as a Korean Range Rover, and not Telluride as many people are led to believe. The popular Telluride will undergo a mid-cycle refresh at the end of this year, and will stick around for another 4 or 5 years. Like the Mohave, The EV9 is expected to offer similar luxury and truck-like toughness. Kia's new electric SUV will include the new e-Terrain mode, an electric SUV-specific feature for driving on rugged surfaces combined with a disconnector actuator system or DAS, that automatically disconnect the motor and driveshaft, which depending on driving conditions such as vehicle speed and the driving mode, the system seamlessly switches from using single or dual motors, helping reduce unnecessary power loss and boost efficiency. Also, it's to include the previously mentioned state-of-the-art Level 3 self-driving autonomy feature, and the top-notch interior opulence comparable to Genesis level of quality, and when all put together with the estimated starting price of $60,000, it just may be able to give the likes of the Range Rover Sport a run for its money. Going back to the Investor Day presentation, the truck theme continued as Kia also announced that it would offer not only its first ever electric truck, but 2 electric truck models as part of the 14 model EV lineup before 2027. The notion of Kia producing a pickup truck is nothing new, as the company has mentioned it several times in the past, in particular with the product destined for the Australian market. When it was known that Hyundai was going to be introducing the production version of the Santa Cruz pickup truck, Kia made a claim that its pickup truck would be very much different than the Tucson-based Sports Adventure Vehicle or SAT as dubbed by Hyundai, stressing on its versatility as an SUV with a truck bed, as opposed to being an actual small truck, as is the case of the Ford Maverick pickup truck, which is also based on the front-wheel drive biased Bronco Sport compact SUV, but actually took on a real pickup truck persona. Unlike the unibody Maverick and Santa Cruz, the new pickup truck from Kia was to be a body-on-frame rear-wheel drive biased product, an actual pickup truck, very much like any other full-size American truck such as the F-150 and the Silverado. However, this plan was established before the company shifted over to being an electric car-focused company, but fortunately, it's expected that the same ideal on the pickup truck development will continue on to the electric age. Well, at least for the first electric truck anyway, primarily designed for the said Australian and North American market, the first electric truck is to be a purpose-built truck with a dedicated EV platform. It will be a full-size pickup truck that's expected to be as large as its primary competitors such as the F-150 Lightning, which measures 232 inches or 6 meters in length. As for the drivetrain, Kia's first truck will be based on the EV9 Large SUV, not surprisingly, which includes the ultra-fast charging 800-volt EGMP platform, 100 kWh battery, and the power electric system that's expected to generate between 225 horsepower to 430 horsepower. The design is also to be inspired by the EV9 with its rugged off-road capable look, very appropriate for the truck, with a 4-door double cab configuration. Kia states that the new large truck and the new upcoming medium-sized SUV are to be built in the US, as they are expected to be the most popular of the EVs in the lineup. The new upcoming US-built medium SUV is likely to be the EV7, and essentially be an SUV version of the crossover EV6, which is technically a sedan according to its product designation. Although based on the EV6 with the drivetrain ranging from 225 horsepower to 321 horsepower with a battery size of 77.4 kilowatt-hours, the EV7 will be designed to be more of a traditional upright SUV, and able to offer more interior space for cargo and passengers, with the capacity to accommodate up to 6 or 7 passengers, just like the current Sorento 3-row midsize SUV. And for the second pickup that Kia is planning, it's expected that the Sorento will play a major role. The other Kia pickup truck is to be a medium-sized double-cab 4-door truck, which is very popular in developing countries, as well as in Australia. Similar to popular models such as Toyota Hilux and Ford Ranger double cab, the smaller of the two trucks is expected to be a unibody truck similar to Santa Cruz, based on the latest third-generation platform that underpins both Santa Cruz and the Sorento SUV. The medium-sized Kia truck is expected to be based on the Sorento to provide a fully comfortable SUV-like cabin, as well as a sizable truck bed that should be much more useful than that of the Santa Cruzes, to become a bona fide pickup truck and not just truck-style SUV. The drivetrain is expected to be similar to that of the EV6, with the power ranging from 168 horsepower all the way up to 321 horsepower, utilizing either the 58 kWh or 77.4 kWh battery packs. The estimated range is between 250 to 300 miles. Furthermore, unlike the large truck, the third-generation platform-based medium-sized truck will also be expected to be available as a plug-in hybrid, by offering the Sorento plug-in hybrid's 261 horsepower engine, which provides 32 miles of pure EV range. As for the end of the video question, out of the vehicles discussed in this episode, which SUV and truck model appeal to you the most? The rugged EV9 Large SUV, the medium-sized EV7 SUV, Kia's first full-size pickup truck that would compete with the F-150 Lightning, or a medium-sized dual-cab pickup truck. Please vote and share your views by clicking on the link in the comment section below or in the description. Thanks for watching AutoVision, your best source for the fastest Korean car news and rumors. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe and click on the notification bell, as not to miss any of our new videos. It would help the channel greatly if you could view our videos as soon as they are uploaded, and watch them all the way until the end, which would help to reach more people. Also, to support our channel even further, please join our membership and enjoy the exclusive content and preview of the upcoming episodes. Finally, don't forget to join our forum and share your passion for Korean cars at KoreanCarNews.com. See you next time with the latest Korean car news.
I've been fighting everything you say. I've been trying to go the other way, but I can't seem to get you out of my head, out of my head. I've been fighting